This past week was actually a very exciting week for altcoins, but an even more exciting week for XRP. We actually ended up with one of the best weekly candles in terms of the top assets in the space. This actually kind of has put us in a range where we're bouncing back and forth with BNB about who is going to be the number 3 largest asset in the crypto market for the time being. But the question now lies is, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for to really break out of these ranges that we're consolidating at currently? Can this be something that takes place over the course of the week? Is this in fact going to be something that happens over the next few weeks? We're going to discuss all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we did get to participate in the fun yesterday. I was a little worried about this just because we had such a rip roaring late part of the week. I mean, Friday we were up, 4.87%. Saturday we were up 3.39%. And yesterday we still managed to stack together almost a 2% day at 1.93%. And you guys may notice we were actually closing these candles right at about our 5.0 level, which is a level we have had to fight through before. We saw this back here on October 13th. We got a hard rejection off of that. Got a hard rejection off of this on Saturday. Basically a rejection off of this on yesterday. We saw a little bit of red today, but right now we're sitting kind of dead nuts right on this, just waiting to see where the day is going to take us. You guys can see we did retest our 200-day moving average in today's daily candle. Nice bounce there. So we're getting into a kind of a range of comfort is the best way to describe it. And this actually led us to having, basically a 10% week over the last week. And maybe we got a little, we'll call it a little spicy because of the Hidden Road acquisition. But what you're seeing again is very consistent fundamentals, this accumulation and hoarding. And it seems like a lot of people are prepping for the moment that the market just has this next blow off top, this next big extension, kind of what we saw similar to last November. And that's, I think, what a lot of people are anticipating right now. And maybe we do see some red today, tomorrow, who knows? But if you're not breaking the conviction of people that are convicted, there's very limited supply in the market, which gives me a lot of excitement here. But there are some things that could be a little bit of a catalyst for us to make these moves. First of all, like I've talked about in pretty much every video today, we have our FOMC meeting this week. It's taking place tomorrow and Wednesday. It concludes on Wednesday. That's when we're going to find out about interest rate decreases. We have to wait then for Jerome Powell to speak and the sentiment following that. That is going to be a big indicator of market direction there. Then on Thursday, we have the meeting between Donald Trump and Xi Jinping about putting together a potential trade deal between the U.S. and China. And because of this excitement, we are actually seeing some drop off in gold, which is a very good sign here. That's a little bit of confidence. And, if you guys missed my gold rush video that I did maybe about a week and a half ago or so, I would definitely recommend watching it. This is exactly what we were talking about, this rotation of capital back to more speculative plays like the stock market, crypto, etc. Right? So it seems like this is starting to get underway. But is it something else? Those are good things. Those are good, exciting things that could be kind of a shorter term catalyst, and maybe they lead to something more longer term. But maybe we're actually waiting for this big spot ETF approvals. And what Nate Gerasi, hope I said his name right, Nate Gerasi is suggesting in the next 2 weeks, we could see a lot of major spot ETF launches. And when we look at XRP, we're waiting for some of these spot ETF approvals. And unfortunately, we're in a government shutdown right now, so we're not getting any of those currently. And I actually talked about this on my stream that I did yesterday. We're not actually in delays per se. I hope everybody realizes that, because they've changed the rules that are necessary, or the process for actually getting these spot ETF approvals done. You're no longer required to file these 19B4s. And because of that, it's more of an expedited process, if that makes sense. And you're not even waiting for individual approvals. There's already an XRP spot ETF that is live. So you could in fact see a lot of these just greenlit basically within a week or two after this government shutdown is concluded. And that could obviously bring a big wave of institutional money and interest to XRP in the crypto market, but that can also bring a lot of optics with it. So here's what I will say is, it might be one thing that kicks off this next big rally in the crypto market, or it might be just this compounding of all these different positive things. And that that I think is kind of what we need. I think we've lost a lot of the gusto that we had, back in November of last year or the early part of this year with the new administration coming in, big embrace, strategic reserve, right? Possible no taxes on crypto. There's all these things that were talked about, but I feel like they've fallen kind of on deaf ears over the last 6 months or so. This is how you re-spark that interest, and maybe that's what we need. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate it as always. I think this week is going to be a big week. One way or the other, it's going to bring a lot of volume, a lot of interest in optics to the crypto market, and we'll obviously see where that takes us. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you in the next one. Take care.